Greetings, my fellow warriors. This is your boy Mechanimal, and today we are going to go over my last rings workout of the year. And like the title implies, I went all out, leaving no resource left in my body. I'm leaving no stone unturned just because for the remaining 2 weeks of the year, I'm going to get some rest, revise everything I've done this year, and get ready for a new game plan that I'm gonna use to attack the next year. So I started the ring work with some hang and scap retraction for 10 repetition, nice and slow, and that take about 30 seconds, to which I added some retraction hold for another 30 seconds, which makes it a 1 minute hold altogether. I've done an extra set which is not recorded, and after that I went for some one arm hang with scap retraction, about 5 repetitions on each side, and after you have some scap circles just to warm my shoulders up and get some activation, because the game plan is to go for some negatives, one arm negatives later on. As I reach a threshold of failure, you will notice that the stabilization becomes harder and I can't control the twist. Like you can see right now, fighting with all my power, core, and all the stabilization in the back. So follow up is the scapular circle that I'll go for random number just to shake off a little bit of the tightness in my shoulders. And this is the second set. I think over there I went for 3 repetitions. That's 2 and 3, probably more. Then I went for 5. Then on the third set I probably went for 3 repetitions, because I've noticed that I was getting tired, and because I didn't want to reach failure before the one negative, I decided to make the third set a 3 repetition. I kind of hesitated to go for a third set and wanted to cut it short after 2 sets, but like I said, I'm going all out, no reserve. So after this second set, I'm waiting for a third one. Scap circles, nice and slow, feeling really good. I remember back in the days, I wouldn't have been too smoothly being able to roll them like that. Been doing a lot of shoulder dislocation and weighted shoulder dislocation. So circles like that, smoothly roll. Yeah, it's a really good feeling. Shoulder mobility on point. So now on my third set, I did 3 on each arm, followed by this time some retraction and depression, and right after I went for some L-sit pull-up to activate even more my back, and I did 2 with the pronated pull, also called Bulgarian pull, and mixed 2 extra supination. And I went for 3 sets. On the second set, I did all supination for 6 repetitions, and on the third set as well, all supination with 3 repetitions. That was 6 repetitions, and I went for supination for the remaining 2, given that my negative is going to be starting in the supination. I might as well work, get the warm-up in the manner that the work itself is going to be done. So yeah, a little bit of hold up there, and finally time for the negative. I was kind of nervous, wondering how it's gonna go, because you never know with this on one arm how your nervous system has recovered. I've been having a hard time fine tuning it and figuring out what's the sweet spot. So, like you can see, it's just okay. I've had some slower negative in the past, yeah, even long in the past, before I was this strong. Like right before American Ninja Warrior and right after, about a year ago, I've had some stronger negative. And lately, about 3 weeks ago, I've had one steady one as well, but it looks like still not being able to uh, slow it down. So because of that, I skipped the ring after 2 sets, and I went on the bar so that the bar gives me less challenge. And after that, just some retraction. I think this will be the 4th set. I wanted to do 5 sets altogether, and I hate that last part where I have to drop. It's not looking good at all. It can't possibly be good for the joint, but I can't do nothing about it. I wanted some negative, and those were some negative for my ass. So retraction again, hold after the set, and after this 4th one, I think I had another one that I went for. I think this is the last one. Like you can see, dropping like a stone, dropping like it's hot, it's burning in there. Shit. Again, there's no worse feeling than wanting to do the job, but you just don't have it. Fuck. But it's so good. I'll be back with a better system, a radius system next time. I'll be doing the exercise that I promise. So after this, I went back on the rings and went on with some rings, turnouts, front holds, support, and I went for 30 seconds originally, but I'm not even sure if I was able to hold the 30 seconds. Just went all out again, maxed out on that beach. Not really maxed out because I could have held longer. So the fact that I'm able to control the descent means that it's not really a max. But I went as as long as I could bear without feeling the burning sensation of failure. So I think it's about 25 seconds or so, and I aim for 5 sets of that front hold. I need to get really good at those for the carryover on my iron cross in the future. Get comfortable with them, build those tendons in the elbow like I mentioned before. And this is the 3rd set. Yeah, I feel pretty comfortable in those, pretty stable. It's a challenging task, but something that I can manage by focusing, not like the negative where you just find yourself dropping whoop, like, you know, what the hell is going on right here. I so hate every time I'm on the ring, somebody always have to ask me to do the iron cross. I always feel like smacking them, like I'm focused on the work and they don't have any idea how hard it is to drop in the iron cross, and then all they got to think about is iron cross, iron cross. I'm like, fuck out of here. Look at them quads, look at this trash, and respect. So I think that was the last one, is it? Not sure. Yeah. So after those front hold, Came back on the bar for some pull-ups, weighted pull, and the goal was to go for 12 repetition. 12 sets, 12 set of threes, and usually I go for 10 sets. And with the 10 sets, the load should have been 100 pound, and because I'm not able to go for 100 pound for the 10 sets, unload the weight that I'm supposed to carry, and I made it 95, and because of the deficit and the total volume, I had 2 sets to kind of get close to the total volume I would have gotten with 10 sets of 100 pound, if you get a little bit the concept. So like I told you before, this is more like an accessory. So the total volume usually is what counts the most, and at the same time, of course, working on strength and leaving the amount of repetition low to help me focus on the quality of my movement. Yeah, so I took about, I think, a minute and a half in between sets. That's how little of rest I had, and I think after 6 sets, halfway through, I had to expand it by 30 more seconds, so it became about 2-minute break on average in between sets. And I think the last 2 sets I only needed about a minute and a half. So it's safe to say that on average I had about 90 seconds in between sets, and only the third repetition was always kind of challenging, and I focused on making sure my chin was over the bar as to the best of my ability on that third repetition, which is what counted the most. And this was the 11th set, and there goes right here the 12th set. Focus, trying to get it and make it look like the first set. So that was my whole point, with a little and clean. Good. Back on the ring, we went for some Bulgarian dips, really good dips for shoulder internal rotation strength. And again, there's something that will carry over to the iron cross, as I like to do them a lot, usually at the end of my workout, and usually a good pushing alternative for me, because I've stayed away from the weighted dips for a long time now, really long. Can't even tell when was the last time. Focusing only on bodyweight dips on the rings and handstand push-ups. That's my main pushing conditioning that's been lately going on. So I did it in 3 sets, and didn't want to push it any further than that. That was enough for my upper body, and I finished it with some dragonfly. I was rushing to get out of there, so I went for maximum dragonfly I could go in 1 set to get it out of the way. So instead of 5 sets of 5, I just went for some 10 set and see how good of the quality it could be. And after I watched the camera, I realized that I was not going low enough, so I put that bottle, and then I tend to go even lower than I was in the first set. And like I said, it's really hard to stay consistent with the range of motion. I guess it comes with time, but I try to the best of my ability to go as low as possible. And I did 2 sets of 10, and on the third one I only needed 5 to make it all 25 repetition. So I focused to get as low as I could to make the set count. So right here, really low, kick that bottle. Again, that's the second rep. Yep, 3, 4, and make that count butter, and that's 5. And with this last rep, ending this session, and everything is, and we always be beast mode with the mechanical way. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click on the notification button for more content like this, and I do appreciate your support, and thanks for watching. Salute.